I hope you've been well. I was in Mexico for a couple months and I don't think that I'll ever be the same after that trip. Now it's like my hometown feels empty, sad, pretty boring, and really ugly. If you and I haven't met yet, I'm Benji, and on this channel, I create comprehensible English videos so that you can learn the English language without having to study and do a bunch of boring stuff. Today's topic is my trip to Mexico. I'm going to tell you what I saw in Mexico. I'm really glad to have you here because, to be honest, I think I need somebody to talk to. Let's jump into it. Alright, so let's start with the month number 1. The first month I spent in Santiago de Querétaro, which is a city inside the state of Querétaro, which is situated in the middle of Mexico. Now, more specifically, I was in a place called Pirámides, which means pyramids. And, I didn't know why it was called pyramids, right? But one night, one of my first nights in Querétaro, in Mexico, I was walking and I saw something in the distance. I saw something far away and I thought, what is that? What the hell is that in the distance? So I got closer and closer and I kept walking, and eventually I was standing in front of a pyramid. I had never seen a pyramid in my life until I stumbled upon, that means I randomly found a pyramid in Mexico. I was flabbergasted. I was extremely impressed. And I usually don't look super surprised, but here's a picture of how I looked when I stumbled upon that pyramid. Super surprised. I was mind blown. So the days passed and each one felt faster than the one before. And I got used to being in a place where food was affordable and it was of quality. The meat was so good, the vegetables were fresh, the fruit was fresh, everything was amazing. I was super surprised and I still am. I got used to admiring the beautiful historic center of Querétaro. Just walking down the streets, getting food from the food carts and whatever. Just admiring it for hours on end. And I fell in love with Mexico. Then one day, my hair was looking crazy. My hair was looking real weird. So I wanted to find a barber to get a haircut. So I found a guy who was close to where I was staying. His name was Don Ramon. And I went there and he was awesome. He used a technique where he was cutting my hair with a straight razor. I had never heard of somebody cutting hair with a straight razor, but he did a really good job. Even better than the haircut was our conversations. He would talk to me for 30-45 minutes about everything, such as life, love, hate, and his passion for his wife and music. And more, I fell in love with Mexico. Now, the end of the month came really quickly, and although it was a bit sad to leave Querétaro, I had a month planned ahead where I was going to go on a trip with my girlfriend to a bunch of different places. But I was scared that these other places wouldn't be as nice as Querétaro. It's hard to leave beautiful weather, wonderful people, and delicious food behind. But On the first day of March, me and my girlfriend got in a van and we went to Mexico City. Month 2, Mexico City, Puebla, Oaxaca, y Veracruz. The first place that we stopped in was Mexico City. Now, I'm not a huge city fan. I don't love cities. And this city was very city. There were many problems, such as the Airbnb had cockroaches and the plates weren't clean and it had bad lighting and it was super hot in the Airbnb. It was just terrible. And so after all the cockroaches, my girlfriend did not want to stay in that Airbnb, in that little apartment. So we went for a walk. And it was terrible. It was so bad. There were people all over the place. So many people. And they were all so rude. They were all so mean. I swear, it was terrible. And then at nighttime, there's prostitutes all over the place. People smoking weed all over the place. People getting drunk and throwing up all over the place.
Disgusting.
So I wasn't very excited about the idea of spending a week there. So we left. After one night, we left and we went to Puebla, which was an amazing decision. Now, those 2 weeks in Puebla were awesome. We were watching the volcano explode every day. Always spewing ash and the streets were covered in ash and look at this Jeep. Like that guy literally cleaned his car the day before and now it's covered in ash. It was so funny to see, but the people were amazing there. The city was great and the historic center was just too beautiful, too beautiful. It was amazing. But anyway, the people were wonderful. Everything was great. The food was great. The prices were great. And after a while, I went to Oaxaca with my girlfriend, which is the state where she is from. In the city of Oaxaca, where we were staying, it was incredible. Beautiful buildings and an incredible historic center, wonderful markets, such a colorful and rich culture. And I couldn't take 2 steps without finding a new food to try, which was incredible. So after 6 days, we moved on to Veracruz, which was the best. Veracruz, everyone there treated me well. Everything was so beautiful. The city was so well planned out, and the beaches were beautiful. My favorite part in Heroica de Veracruz was San Juan de Ulua, which was a fort that was built by Hernán Cortés in the early Spanish in like 1519, around there. Super old, super beautiful, and one of the most intriguing parts of it is that they used a lot of different materials to build it, including a ton of coral. Take a look at this picture that I took. They actually used coral from the ocean in place of bricks or stones. And after eating the wonderful food, drinking the famous lechero veracruzano, and talking with a lot of Veracruzanos, the people of Veracruz, I was mind blown. Man, I miss Veracruz. But after 6 days, it was time to return to Querétaro, which I was sad to say goodbye to Veracruz, but I was happy to see Querétaro again because I missed it. And so I got in a bus and I took the 9-hour trip from Heroica de Veracruz to Santiago de Querétaro. Now, what did I see in Mexico? I saw a farmer playing guitar and singing to his cows, and they were listening. They were probably enjoying it. I met multiple strangers that invited me into their house. I met my barber who was willing to treat me like family. I saw many workers who, well, they worked incredibly hard and were passionate about their work. I saw more beautiful grocery stores and malls than I ever have in my life. I saw pyramids for the first time and many other amazing things. And now I went from being in the sun every day with wonderful people and amazing food for affordable prices to being in the cold, rainy Pennsylvanian winter. I miss Mexico. I miss speaking Spanish all day. I miss the food, I miss the culture, and I miss the historic towns. Personally, I just feel like my hometown doesn't have the culture, the weather, the food, the passion that Mexico has. It's just not the same here in Mechanicsburg. Dear Mexico, if you're reading this, I miss you a lot, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. I hope that you found this video interesting and that it helped you learn some vocabulary. Thanks for staying until the end. Like the video and subscribe and give me some suggestions for other things you would like to hear me talk about. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.